Okay, this is the tutorial on how to image trace a hand-drawn image. So you have your hand-drawn image, and you should take a picture of it and email it to yourself or me, and then I can have it sent to you. Simply because the school system doesn't like to take pictures from students. From there, I'm just going to download it, pull it on up, open with, and open with Photoshop. Okay, so my work comes on up. There we go. And the first thing I need to do is I need to get this as black and white as possible. So what I would suggest is start out with, we'll try image adjustments, curves. And I'll see if this will get us a little bit black and white to start with. I'm getting more blacks. There we go. I'm going to pull that up, and I'm getting a lot more whites, but I don't want to go too far. Now I'm going to pull, I can't seem to pull just the blacks. That's a little bit better. So I up the blacks by choosing the dark. Okay. Then if I go to the lights, you see how that's just going to, it's going to try to just pull up the lights. So I got a pretty darn black and white without losing too much. I'm going to go backwards. This is what it looked like to begin with. One of my other options is I can unlock it, and I can go to select color range. There we go. That looks okay. And I'm going to hit OK. Okay, so what it selected is it selected everything but the black. So now I'm going to hit B for brush. I'm going to make sure that I have white. I'm going to increase the size of that brush. And then I'm going to go to select inverse so that the black is selected. And then I'm going to color over with that. And obviously this must have been selected too. So I'm going to try to erase. There we go. I'm going to erase this back down to a white. Control D. I'm getting closer. You know, I don't know if this is better than my first try, but you know, I mean, it's okay. But you want this as clean and crisp as possible. So I'm going to, you know, pull up some of the grays that came back in. But it doesn't need to be perfect. I don't like this line inside the face any longer. That needs to be gone. I could come back and go to image adjustments, saturation and hue. I'm gonna see. Ooh, that was hideous. No, I'm gonna bump up the white a little bit. Or I could go to image adjustments, to brightness and contrast. And in this case, I'm just gonna bump the heck out of the contrast. There we go. Okay, so I got my image down. I have an image that I'm like, okay, it's pretty dynamic. I'm gonna go to File, Save As, and I'm saving it to my desktop just so it's easy to find. And I'm gonna label it just head. Save it. Okay, so now I want to go to Illustrator, and I'm gonna go File and Open. And it brings in this. Okay. So the first thing I'm going to check is I'm going to go to my artboards, which you're going to find under Window and Artboard. Let's see how big this thing is. So it's 2.5 by 5 inches. That seems actually about perfect. You don't want anything much bigger than that. And I certainly could go and like cut off a little bit of the bottom, but I'm not going to worry about that at the moment. I'm going to hit Control A to select all. I'm going to go to Windows, and I'm going to go down till I find Image Trace. I'm going to hit the Preview button. Okay, definitely a problem. It cut off part of the bottom of his face. Okay, wrong direction to go. Better. A little bit much. So let's pull that back a little bit. Okay, so we got there. I'm going to hit Advanced, and I'm going to get rid of I'm trying to get fewer paths. And I want more corners. Let's see if I can get it smoother. Okay, I like that a little bit better. But I got to kind of play in here to find what I like. There we go, I got rid of some of the noise. Okay, so anyway, so we get to this point, we pretend that it's really what we want. Okay. Then it's already image traced it, so I can shut that off. And at this point, I can start sizing it. But in order to do the sizing, I have to hit expand. Now when I hit Control Y, that's the path that it's going to cover. Okay. Now, things that you can do is if you don't like the path at this point, well, I can come and I can grab that anchor point. I want this more curved. Cool. Ooh, it made two of them, and I'll be honest, I don't know why it does this. It drives me insane. So I have to curve both of the paths. It's like there's one on top of another. Okay. But I can certainly go through. Again, I don't like that path. Let's curve it. And then I have to curve the second one. Like I said, it drives me nuts. There's the anchor. Did I get it? Nope, that was a mistake. Come on, give me. There he is. So I want. I missed it again. I gotta get the anchor. Well, it's right there. That's the one I want. Anyways, point being is that I can go in, like say I want these things, I don't like them. Gone. Unfortunately, again, it made two of them. Really annoying. It's like a layer on top of a layer. We haven't figured out how to solve this problem yet. There we go. Okay, so I can get rid of some of those features. I can come in, I can curve things, change things, whatever I want. At this point, I'm going to hit Control Y again. Take a look at it. See if I like it. Remember that I can also select all, and I could try some other things. I could try effects. I'm going to try, I don't know, I'll do cutout. Okay, cutout did that. That's hideous. Okay. But you can go back through the effects gallery. Let's try, I don't know, let's try watercolor. Fresco, I like fresco. I think this is also going to look hideous. Oh yeah, that's hideous. So, anyways, you could mess with it that way. Let's just assume that you like what you have. Okay, you need to go back and like look at this and say, okay, so I have black in one area. Remember, black is the part that gets cut down. White is the area that's raised up. So you might need to reverse this to make it look a little bit better. I'll get into reversing a little bit later. So if you like your file, go to File, Save As, put your name. Make sure it's an Illustrator document. Save it, and then email it to me. Okay, now, pretend that I want this on the head of a coin, or I want this on a different shape. Okay. To get it on a different shape, I'm going to shrink this thing down a little bit, and I'm going to squish the head. I don't know, maybe I want it on a coin. So I'm going to switch that down. And then I want this cut out of a certain shape. Well, I'm going to use the ellipse tool. I'm going to go over the top of it, but then I'm going to make it transparent. There we go. So that's where the coin would be located right now. I'm going to pull the entire thing over a little bit. There we go. Then instead of white, I need to double click, and I'm going to make it black. And then finally, just the circle, I need to make the stroke 0.001 in size. What that does is it tells the computer to cut it. And again, say you wanted this type of a shape, you would need to send this to me again. And in this case, you might want to start to change the size of the artboard. Okay. So I'm going to do 2.5 by 2.5. Okay. Then I'll select everything. Make it a little bit bigger. So now I'm going to get about a 2.5 by 2.5 inch coin with a head engraved into that. There we go.